Yes, hello guys. My name is Stanley Lonubumi and you are welcome to my channel. Please, if you have not subscribed to this channel, kindly do subscribe. I love you guys. Yes, thank you. And to those of you that have subscribed to this channel, I want to say a very big thank you to you. Now, today I want to talk about raising good children, good men. Yes. It's so unfortunate that in our society today, we all want good husband, we want good boyfriends, we want good men. But I want to ask you, as a mother, you like to have a good husband, you want your husband to be the best, you want your husband to always be that kind of man that you are always proud of, that is different, unique, special, responsible, so to say. But how do you raise your own sons? Because sometimes we always forget, we women forget that the sons that we have today, the boys that we have today, the guys that we have today as our own sons and children are going to become somebody's husband in future. It's so unfortunate that most parents or most mothers raise monsters while trying to raise children. You don't raise good boys because it is only a guy or a boy child that is properly raised that will become a good husband in future. So if your husband isn't giving you what you expect from a responsible man, then the parents the parents are at fault, especially the mother, because in African settings, when I'm talking to parents in Africa, I always want us to be specific because and then to understand that we are Africans and there are a lot of cultural values that are different from other continents. So, as an African mother, you want certain things that African men do for their wives. But as a mother, as an African mother, do you take time to inculcate that same thing you are looking for in your husband? That same thing that your husband lacks, and then you look at a deficiency. That same thing that you wish he does for you and he doesn't do, because that that is to let you understand that somebody has failed somewhere. Maybe because he lacks courtesy, maybe because he's not just helpful, he's not just that kind of person that gives assistance, he's not just that kind of person that values a woman, or he's not that kind of person that is supportive. Maybe he's abusive, maybe he's arrogant, maybe he's rude. That's to tell you that somebody or some people, set of people who are his parents or guardians has failed in a particular aspect. So now you as a parent and you want us to eradicate this kind of thing in the society. What role are you playing as a mother or as a father to see that you raise good sons to become good husbands? Because we cannot just continue to raise monsters in the name of raising sons. Now, I tell people, you don't have to be hard on your wife to show your ego or to show that you are the head or you are the husband. But because a lot of people were not properly raised, a lot of guys were not properly raised, so they see it as they see it as a means to exploit women, because peradventure that is the same way their father treated their mother in their presence. So as parents, we need to be very careful with the way we raise children, especially our boys. In Africa settings, we always concentrate on on the girl child. We want the girl child to be submissive. We want the girl child to be creative. We want the girl child to be good in house chores. We want the girl child to be productive. We want the child to be up and doing in everything. And we forget to also raise the boy child well, forgetting that marriage is the combination of both of them. A girl child cannot just get married to herself and become responsible. She's going to mix with somebody raised from a particular background, brought up by some people. And whatever, even if you raise your girl child well and the boy child is not properly raised, if they eventually get married, that marriage may not work. And that is the problem that a lot of marriages are facing today, because somebody may be properly raised, the other person isn't properly raised. So the differences is not bringing in compatibility. There's so much irritation at the end of the day, because somebody that was not raised is now with some raised properly raised is now with somebody that was properly raised. So a lot of things that the other person takes as normal norms or normal things or normal scenario, the other person might see them as something that is not acceptable, maybe morally or otherwise. So, and that's why we must try as much as possible as parents to inculcate, like I tell people, there is no curriculum for positive parenting. There is no curriculum for how you are going to, there is no template, there is no syllabus. But the truth is, there are moral standards. So this moral standard is what we do not put appropriately, and that's what affects our children when they eventually get married, because somebody will always see the loophole or the flaw or the weakness of another person, which can easily be avoided. You see, when they can no longer tolerate it, maybe because it's becoming unbecoming, it's becoming too much and unbearable, the other person might feel like, okay, I cannot cope with this. So, for instance, a child that was raised in a violent environment, if you find out that you will find out that when he eventually gets married, he's going to be very violent. Sometimes it is not about physical violence. It could be emotional. It could be psychological. It could be financial violence. A lot of people abuse their spouses in different forms. A lot of people don't beat, they don't eat, they don't slap, but because the way their fathers, related with their mothers in their presence. Say, for instance, if you have issue with your husband or with your wife as a father, then that particular time you don't drop money for food and upkeep. When that child grows up as a boy, he's going to become a monster by not also financing his family when he's angry or feels that the wife had offended him. So, and that's why children learn by what they see. So, as parents, we need to be very careful that we are not raising monsters. We all want good husbands, but how are we raising our own sons? So, this is a question that every one of us need to sit down and ask ourselves. I want my husband to be the best. Now, if my son gets out of my abode and moves to somewhere else and marries somebody else's daughter, is he going to be as responsible as I want his father to be? Am I raising a son that is going to become a responsible husband? Am I raising a son that is going to become a good husband or a monster? So we need to ask ourselves as mothers, as parents. So this is what I say I should just pass across to us. Thank you very much and God bless you. Please, if you have not subscribed to this channel, do subscribe. I love you. Bye for now.